Hi guys, it's me, Lesley Logan. I am here with our Sunday Live answering the questions we get in the comments here on this channel. And I love doing this. We do it every single Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific. And today we're going to talk about how long does it take to go from being a beginner to an intermediate to an advanced Pilates person, right? Like student, client. And I love this question so much. It's actually what I am really deeply invested in when it comes to those who are in my Elevate mentorship program. So those are teachers who are already comprehensively trained, who want to dive deeper into the method that's in Elevate. And also what I've been doing in my Uplift program. My Uplift program is for new Pilates instructors, people who want to become a Pilates instructor or maybe have a partial training. And it's really a lot of fun because honestly, like how I was told in my training programs in 20 years ago about what beginner, intermediate, advanced meant is not really what it means. So first, I want to say in a few weeks, we are going on tour. We're coming to a city near you, and we have only a few cities with space left. So our OPC summer tour powered by Balance Body is taking off beginning of August. We'll be in Denver and Lawrence, Kansas. Sorry, those are sold out. Then we'll be in Nashville. There's space in the workshop. They'll be in Knoxville, Tennessee. That is a rooftop mat class that I'm super excited about. There's space in that class and workshop. Greensboro, North Carolina. We have a mat class and a workshop there. It's a really cool studio over there. Then we're going to be in Augusta, Georgia, and there's space in that class. Only a few spots left and the workshop. And they'll be in Atlanta. Atlanta has one spot left in the workshop. Just one. And then we're going to be in, where are we going? Oh, then we'll be in Huntsville, Alabama. There are 5 spots left there. Then we'll be in Birmingham, and there's 4 spots left there. And then we'll be in Jackson, and that is sold out. And then we're going to be in Frisco. Yeah. Then we're going to be in Frisco, Texas, which is just outside of Dallas. And that only has space in the workshop. And there'll be in El Paso. There is space in that class and workshop, and there'll be a Spanish translator for that one. They'll be in Tucson, that is sold out, and they'll be in Vegas. And there's only a few spots, 3 spots left in that class. And then there's a few spots left in the workshop. So if you're wanting class and workout with me, you want Knoxville, Greensboro, Augusta, El Paso, or Vegas. If you want to see me, there's only space in a few other cities that have workshops. So you got to come, opc.me/tour. It's going to be so fun. And our new mascot, who you can't see on the floor, but I'm sure she'll pop up because she's crazy. She'll be with us, Darla, so you can meet the new OPC mascot. Okay. So let's talk about how long does it take to go from a beginner Pilates person to an intermediate Pilates person to an advanced Pilates person? The answer is obviously people are going to say, how often are you coming? If you can do an exercise. So here's the reality. If you only do something 1 time a week, it's just going to take you a long time, right? Even as a Pilates teacher who would consider themselves an advanced practitioner, if I only do Pilates once a week, it is going to diminish my abilities to stay in that capacity, to stay in that connection. And I will argue, and this is where people might get really weird about how I have to say about this, but I would argue just because you're doing advanced Pilates exercises does not make you an advanced practitioner. Nope. That is not it at all. So what I am actually focused on training new teachers and people in my Uplift program. If you want to be in that, it's OPC. No, it's not that. It's xxll.co/UWS. If you want to go through that training, that's that wait list. What I'm focusing on in that training program is getting all of our teachers to understand that being an advanced client doesn't mean you're doing advanced exercises. It's that you understand the connections and the purpose, and you're able to do them without me telling you how to do every single step. If I have to tell you how to do, tell you the name, the setup, the action, remind you of all those things, I would say that you're either a beginner client or you're intermediate. If you're an advanced practitioner, you actually have the connections to the exercises, and you don't need me to remind you of how to do an exercise. Where you want me to guide you is how to go deeper into that exercise. So you never, ever, ever have to do advanced exercises to be an advanced client in my book. Advanced clients understand their exercises, how their body does it, those connections. Now, if you're asking me how long does it take to start to do advanced exercises, well, that's going to determine How often are you going? How much are you paying attention? What is your body capable of doing, right? Because I had clients that I started teaching in their 60s. I taught them all the way into their early 70s. And I would consider them an advanced practitioner because they knew their order, they knew their exercises, and I could just give them reminders and they could go deeper. Did they do advanced exercises? No. He had things going on with his hands and some going on with his back, spine. So that's not happening. So I can't tell you how long, because I do think like if you were someone who has got the time to study Pilates and do it in your body on your own, not just with a teacher and then with a guide, and you're doing it 4 or 5 days a week, I would say in probably a year, you're probably going to be an advanced practitioner. Now, does that mean you know everything? No, I'm still learning so much. I've been doing this for 25 years, but you could be an advanced practitioner. Are you doing advanced exercises? Maybe not. Maybe you don't need to. So I think it's almost like we need new language for like levels of exercises and then levels of understanding and competence. Another way to understand like beginner, intermediate, advanced is the exercises themselves. There are exercises that are considered advanced that if you look at my flashcard pictures, you might be like, oh, I'd be able to do that. And it's true. You probably can do the choreography very well. But the connections are not there. And so a lot of people are going around thinking they're an advanced client because they're doing leg pull front and leg pull back because they can do the choreography. Maybe they're flexible enough. Maybe they have some strengths, but they're moving their limbs just from their limbs joints and not from their center. Then I would say that that person is probably actually more of a beginner or intermediate client. Beginner would be like they need to be reminded of the name of the exercise, how to set it up, how to do it, but they can get into the positions. Intermediate, maybe they know how to do it, but they're not yet finding the connections. So this is like one of those esoteric conversations, right? Because the truth is that what makes you an advanced client is not what the world is telling you makes you an advanced client. What my first training program told me was that when they do an advanced exercise, now they're advanced client, right? The way the world is if you can do these advanced exercises, you're an advanced client, but that's not, I don't see that as the case. You're an advanced client when you understand the exercises in your body. And you never have to do an advanced exercise, in air quotes, to be an advanced client. You can seriously be just rocking the fundamentals. Because if you're truly advanced, if you're absolutely advanced, then foundational exercises will be hard, right? You will get a lot out of a spine stretch forward. If you do not understand how spine stretch forward is a full body exercise, you are not an advanced client. Just not. And I don't mean to be rude or mean. I mean for that to make you curious. Oh, I could get more out of my spine stretch forward? Yes. If spine stretch forward feels easy, then we have more to get out of it. And I think that's like what happens with Pilates, what makes you become an advanced client is that exercises don't ever feel easy. They feel possible. There's a challenge to them, but you're like, whoa, I can do that. You know, there's more to get out of them. So you want to know how long? I can't tell you that. I can tell you if you're only doing it once a week, you're not going to get there most likely for a long time. Twice a week is going to be a little faster. But Joe even said, you know, everyone likes to quote his 10, 20, 30, right? In 10 sessions, you'll feel different. In 20 sessions, you'll look different. In 30 sessions, you'll have a whole new body. They never finish the sentence. And this is something my teacher, Jay, would always get mad about. They'll never finish the sentence, which is in Joe's pamphlet and his ads. It says, if you come 3 to 4 times a week or your money back. That's what the ad says. If you come 3 to 4 times a week or your money back. And the reality is most people are just doing Pilates once a week, or they're doing it 2 times a week. And there is something to gain from 2 times a week for sure. But 3 to 4 times a week is where you want. Now, does it have to be 3 to 4 hours a week? No, I didn't say that. It can be that you are doing 2 30-minute OPC workouts at home, and then an hour-long equipment class somewhere, and then a 15-minute workout at a park while your kids are playing, right? Like that, it's the consistency, the cadence, the heartbeat of you getting into the movements, especially being in the movements without someone talking at you the whole time. So I hope that gives you some things to ponder. If you are someone who wants to dive deeper into your own personal practice, my flashcards are great. Sandy Shimoda's book, The Contrology Handbook, is really, really great. It's written for students, not teachers, but teachers love it. It's something I make my Uplift students who are becoming teachers read. I also recommend you become an OPC member, because we are taking Joe's work and putting it in a theme that helps you get curious about that theme that entire week, right? Like right now it's a feet theme, right? Get on your feet with Tammy, and it's all about what the feet are doing in each exercise. And that's going to help you get more out of your exercises, because maybe you never think about your feet, right? And I would say if you can take in that theme and then the next week you remember something, even though the theme has changed, you are advancing as a client. You are. You're getting in there. And so know that the advanced exercises come when you get the most out of the foundational. And just because your body can make a shape doesn't mean it's ready for those exercises. Because things that are upside down, things that go from one spine shape to two other spine shapes and back, those require contrology. So it does take time. Anything else, babe?
She said this at the beginning of my course. I used to be able to do inversions and was fairly advanced, but today I consider myself intermediate.
Oh,
It was more towards the beginning.
yeah. She'll said, like, I used to do the inversions, but now I can't, and I lean more towards intermediate. So here's the thing, Shields. You, in my mind, are still an advanced client, even though you're not doing advanced exercises. I think it's really weird for us to be like, oh, I'm only advanced if I'm doing inversions. Bullshit. You are advanced because of what your understanding of what you need to do in the exercises is, right? Like, if I were to say today I'm just going to do all beginner mat exercises, not a single one of you would go, oh, that's a beginner. Lesley's a beginner today. I'm not a beginner today because I'm doing beginner exercises. I still have all the knowledge, right, in my brain and my body that's applying to those exercises. So I'm an advanced practitioner no matter what exercise I do. There's an exercise in the reformer that used to be in my practice and I loved it. It's not my practice anymore. Does that mean I'm no longer a super advanced practitioner? No. I'm listening to my body. That actually makes me an advanced practitioner, right? Most people don't listen to their bodies. They listen to what's being told and they only do as they're told. And so I would call that a beginner, because they do not have a connection to themselves and their practice. That's a beginner client in my book. Yeah. Brad is concurring. So, my teacher training program waitlist it's called Uplift. We will have cohorts starting next year. xxll.co/UWS. My mentorship program for comprehensively trained teachers, 2027 is sold out, but 2028, we're accepting applications starting July 8th. We have a lot of people who are excited about it. You're going to want to go to xxll.co/elevate. We'll have a free class and Q&A on July 9th. But it's a first come, first serve on those applications and deposits. Anything else, babe? Tour, opc.me/tour.
Yeah.
So get your spots in Nashville, Knoxville, Greensboro, Augusta, the last spot in Atlanta, the Birmingham, Huntsville, Frisco, El Paso, and Vegas. Jackson sold out, babe. Because he's like Jackson. I'm like, it's sold out. We got 4 cities sold out, and Atlanta is 1 spot away from being sold out. Birmingham is 4 places away from being sold out. And Huntsville is 5. So if you are wanting to go on this tour, you do not have, it's 5 weeks away. You don't have 5 weeks. You have to do it today. opc.me/tour. We'll have prizes. We'll have our dogs with us. We'll have the
OPC member portal.
we have the OPC. Oh my God, there's a new OPC member portal. So many things to say. Anyways, if you're an OPC member, you got an email about it. If you're not, it's a great time to be an OPC member because we have a new portal. It's really fun. And you can get feedback on your form, which, by the way, if you are filming yourself to get feedback on your form, that puts you in that intermediate towards advanced practitioner because you are asking questions. You are not just waiting to be told what to do. So I highly recommend onlinepilatesclasses.com is where you go for that. All right.
/YouTube.
Oh, /YouTube. Okay, do that. All right. It's just, if you go to onlinepilatesclasses.com, you're going to see all the great stuff we're doing. Thank you so much. Have a great day.